accordance with the Texas Open Meeting Act, I hereby convene this meeting of the Board of Directors of the LCRA Transmission Services Corporation. Today is Wednesday, September 24th, 2025, and the time is 11:04. A quorum is present, and the General Counsel will record each director who is in attendance. Do we have any guests today that I would like to recognize in the audience? Okay. As a reminder, if you'd like to make comments about anything pertaining to LCRA TSC matters today, please sign up at the registration desk in the lobby. Okay, do we have anybody that would like to make comments on TSC matters? Not LCRA, but LCRA matters today? I don't believe so. Hearing none, we'll move on to the next agenda item. At this time, we do have, if we have any members, again, just remember you can sign up. Each member is given 3 minutes. Okay, agenda. Consent items. At this time, we will take up the consent agenda, which begins on page 5 of your book. Anyone have an opportunity to review these items? Looking for a motion? Okay, any further questions, discussions? All in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed? Motion passes. Next, we will discuss the action items. Okay, item 4, capital improvement projects. Mr. Josh Cole, how are you today, sir? Fine, thank you.
Morning, everybody. I've got item number 4, should be on page 13 in your board book. We've got 3 projects for your consideration for approval today. 2 system reliability and 1 system capacity. Just a reminder, the board approves the annual capital plan as you did in May, and then we bring individual projects once the scope and design and cost estimates are more refined for your consideration for approval. And as I said, we've got 3 of those here today. Regulated rates will fund these projects upon completion and then consideration and approval by the Public Utility Commission of Texas. So with that, I'll jump in. Please stop me as we go if you've got questions. First up on our list is a mobile capacitor bank FY 2025 system upgrade. This is going to add a new tool to our toolkit in a mobile capacitor bank that will give us some additional operational flexibility and ability to support necessary outages within our system and continue to provide reliable service while we do that. This will be a trailer-mounted capacitor bank that will be able to connect at 69 kV, 138 kV, so both voltage classes. Recommended completion date is October 31st of 2027, and the estimated cost is $3.4 million. Second on our list, switching structure FY 2025 system upgrade. This will replace the existing switches and structures at 2 substations in Colorado County, really sort of around Eagle Lake, out the furthest, I think maybe the furthest east of any footprint within our transmission system, or at least one of them. And this will help improve system reliability, ease of operations at those stations. Recommended project completion date June 30th of 2026 with an estimated cost of $11.3 million. Finally is the Avant power transformer. This will upgrade the power transformer capacity at the Avant substation in Hamilton County. This is just south of the town of Avant, north of Lampasas, up 281 from Lampasas. This will a new transformer and necessary supporting equipment. And one interesting thing about this, I'll note, we're using a power transformer that we've been using in a sort of mobile installation for a while, so low mileage is on that. But it's a great fit for this project, allows us to be really cost effective in how we provide these services. So real shout out to the team for being respectful of the ratepayers' cost, certainly. This is a project completion date of May 15th, 2026. Estimated cost of $6.1 million. And with that, I'm done, sir.
Questions, comments?
I don't know if it's big enough for.
Bobby.
Question about the useful life of those projects.
I'm just curious.
Yeah, it depends on the nature of the asset, right? We generally install long-lived assets. I think Chris is going to chime in.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on different factors, but usually we're talking decades. It depends on what conditions the equipment is, in, as far as effects. It also depends on certain projects and facilities that have a rating growth in that area. For example, if we see a lot of load growth in the Avant area in Hamilton County, then we may have to go back and do something else there. So it's depending on a lot of different factors, but we usually look at things in terms of multiple decades in terms of life for these types of assets.
Thank you. Any additional questions, comments? Okay.
Second?
Further discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed? Motion passes. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Josh. Item 5, acquisition of interest in real property, use of eminent domain in Llano County, and Mr. Mark Summerall. Hello, Mark. How you doing, sir?
The first real estate agenda item before you is a request for the use, or for the authorization for the use of power of eminent domain in Llano County in support of the Buchanan CTEC to Kingsland 1 transmission line overhaul project. This project will provide for the continued reliable transmission of electric energy on the Buchanan CTEC to Kingsland 1 T291 transmission line. This transmission line is one of 7 that were purchased as a portfolio acquisition from the Central Texas Electric Cooperative back in 2019. The request before you includes 31 easement amendments required for the project. And as a reminder, we amend our easement rights within the existing corridor anytime that we are needing additional rights for the project. The underlying easements in this case date back to the 1960s. Initial offers have been made to all landowners based on third-party appraisals of the needed land rights. And of course, we seek board authorization to proceed with eminent domain only when an agreement with landowners cannot be reached. Staff recommends approval of this item, and I'm happy to answer any questions that you may have.
Questions? Looks pretty straightforward. I'll entertain a motion on agenda 5. Second. Any other comments, questions? All in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed? Motion passes. Thank you very much. Item 6, acquisition of interest in real property, use of eminent domain in Gillespie County. Again, Mr. Summerall.
Yes, sir. Thank you. The next real estate agenda item before you is a request again for the authorization for the use of power of eminent domain in Gillespie County in support of the Doss to Headwaters Transmission Line Addition Project. This project is also part of that portfolio acquisition from CTEC that I mentioned in the previous item. And again, the original easements also date back to the 1960s. The request before you in this item includes 8 easement amendments and aerial blowout easements required for the project. Initial offers have been made to each landowner based on third-party appraisals of the land rights needed for the project. To ensure that the project is completed on schedule, we seek board authorization to proceed with a condemnation only if an agreement cannot be reached with each landowner. Staff also recommends approval of this item, and I'm happy to answer any questions.
Questions, comments? I'll entertain a motion on item number 6. Okay. Further discussions? All in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed, motion passes. Thank you, Mr. Summerall. Is there a need to go into executive session today? Okay. Are there any other items that need to be talked about today for TSC? Hearing none, this meeting is adjourned at 11:13. Thank you all very much. Great job.